Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we are taking a look at the MAEN Hudson MKIII automatic dive watch. A lot of vintage inspiration in this one. I think it's a very well put together watch. It has some decent specs. The price isn't that bad, 439 euros. And it's a very nice looking watch with a good movement, good automatic movement. It is Swiss made, marked at 6, which is nice. And all around, it's I really like this watch. I've been enjoying it for a week or two or so. And I think it's pretty nice. Please do note this is pre-owned and there will be some little scuff marks around there, so it's not brand new. It did not come like that. But yeah, let's see what's on my wrist today, and then we'll dig a little deeper into this new release from MAEN. On my wrist today is the Swatch Keith Haring Mickey Mouse collaboration, and as you can see, Swatch, Disney, and Keith Haring. Pretty cool watch. I bought this one from Swatch, the Swatch official website. You have the paperclip hands and the Keith Haring kind of pop art, little art on the dial. Not the best way to tell time, I'm going to admit that, but I think it looks pretty cool. I will eventually post a review of this watch, although the review will be pretty simple because it's a very simple watch, but I think it's pretty cool. The Hudson MKIII is housed in a solid 316L stainless steel case. It is polished on the sides, as you can see, very nicely. Really nice case cut on this dive style case here, as you can see. It's highly polished on both sides. These sides of the bracelet are highly polished. Let me go to the top of the lugs. As you can see, it's completely brushed there, as well as the top portions of the bracelet, minus these links over here on the left and right, which are highly polished. Sides of the 120 click dive bezel are highly polished as well. So dimension-wise, very nice. 38 millimeters across in terms of diameter, which is kind of that vintage style, that vintage size, I should say. It's only about 12 millimeters in terms of case thickness. That's including that domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. So very nice, very nice, very nice. You get a signed screw-down crown there. Kind of that larger style crown like the old vintage divers, which I think is pretty cool. Lug to lug, 45 millimeters. Very, very, very compact watch at 38 across and 45 lug to lug, 20 millimeters in between the lugs. And the actual dial on this watch is a black, I'd say a matte black, but it appears more of a deeper black. As you can see, it's very, very legible. Getting a little closer here, MAEN is printed. You have applied lumed markers, a date cut out at the 3 o'clock position, a red accented lollipop sweeping seconds hand, which does reach all the way out to these red accented numerals over here, as you can see, going around 0 through 60 with minute markings in between. You have red on the tip of the hours hand as well, which is very, very nice in contrast to that lollipop. Red accent at the 12 o'clock pip, aluminum insert on the bezel, as you can see, just like a vintage watch would have. Not lumed, of course, that's just painted red there. But yeah, it's very, very, very nice. Everything is really, really legible. And there's actually lume on the hour and minute hand as well. In between, as you can see, they're highly polished, the hour and minutes hands. And if you get in a little closer on the markers, you can see they're polished around the outside as well. It does say Swiss made printed down at the 6 o'clock position. This watch does feature C1 Super Luminova, which glows green and is actually pretty potent, has a bit of a vintage look to it. I will get you guys a lume shot towards the end of the video. Right now I want to get into the bracelet. So as you can see here, we have a pretty simple bracelet here, signed with the MAEN on the clasp, 2 buttons. It opens up to a milled clasp. Very simple, 2 micro adjustments. Some might like that, some might not, but it's very thin, as you can see. It's not going to bulge on your wrist, so I think they did a good job on that. The bracelet itself is very, very fluid, and it is articulating, as you can see there, which a lot of people do appreciate. It does fold over to the case back. As you can see here, the end link over here does fold over for great comfort and wraps your wrist very nicely. But other than that, it is held in by screws, which is very nice. I mean, I'm glad they use screws, not pins. At this price point, I think screws are definitely needed. But as you can see, it's a very nice bracelet. It's very comfortable on the wrist. I removed about 2 links from each side for my 6.5-inch wrist, and it fit just fine. I didn't have to use the micro adjustment at all. That's just my wrist, though. Now, getting to the actual bezel action, very tooly. Absolute zero back play. Very easy to grip, and everything does line up to the 12 o'clock position, so no error there, which I like to see. Now the movement, well, what's actually powering this watch? So we get the Swiss STP-111, produced by the Fossil Group. It's an automatic Swiss-made caliber, very similar to the ETA 2824, We get 26 joules, we get hacking, we get hand winding, we get about a 40-hour power reserve, beats at 4 Hertz. And I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the crown here. This is the Elabor grade. It has blued screws, striping, and perlage work. I will show you the case back. It's an exhibition case back as well. So I unscrewed the crown, no issues there, very easy to unscrew. You can give it some juice here if you want, but it is already running. One position, and we get a quick set date, very snappy. Final position, and we can set the time. So everything functions very nicely. Push it back in, screw it back down, and you're all ready to go. So everything functions like it should. No issues there. Let's take a look at this case back. And it is a very nice looking movement, the STP-111. The case back is very nicely done, screwed down as well. Brushed on the case back, polished on the inner ring. As you can see, a custom rotor there that says MAEN watches with striping. So you have some Swiss striping, then you have perlage work and blued screws on the actual movement, which looks really high-end, very nice. At this price point, I think, you know, it's not uncommon, but it's harder to find, you know, higher grade movements at this price point. But I think it looks very nice. If I get you in a little closer, you can really see that. Everything looks really nice, and yeah, very beautiful movement. Now, accuracy-wise on this movement, this one is running about +5 seconds a day, which is stated on their website. So I think it's in tune. There's no issue there. Really nice vintage dive watch, 38 millimeters. A lot of brands really don't produce watches like this. I believe there's a Mark I and a Mark II that they sold out of, and this is the actual Mark III. So this is the one you'd want to get. There's a few different color options as well. A rubber band option. I don't have a rubber band with me to show you, but it does look pretty cool on their website. And we'll drop a link to their website so you can check them out after this video. But right now, let's see what the Lume's about. It's a vintage style diver. So what do we expect? Who really knows? Let's see what it's about. And there's a Lume shot for you guys. As you can see, the Lume is nicely evenly applied. Pretty potent as well. No issue with that. Maybe one thing I'd like to see is throw some Lume on the Lollipop seconds hand. I think everything would look more together just like that. That's just me nitpicking. I really think it looks really nice though. Let's start on my wrist, see how it fits. 38 millimeters, 45 lug to lug. There she is on my 6.5-inch wrist, and it really does fit like a glove. The bracelet conforms very nicely to my wrist, as you can see there. The clasp doesn't bulge, it doesn't pull hair, anything like that. And it fits just perfectly across my wrist, plants itself nice and firmly. There's a side profile, so you can see that double dome sapphire crystal. Very nice, which just sits a little bit above the bezel. Nice vintage appeal. But yeah, very comfortable watch, I must say. Very legible in the sun as well. You can see outside in the photo above or the video. But yeah, very nice looking watch. Just the perfect size. If you have a 6.5, 6.75-inch wrist and you want an, you know, a vintage style watch, but not a 36 millimeter style watch or a size watch, I think this is a way to go if you want a diver. But the watch itself, I didn't mention, as you probably should know, this watch is 200 meters water resistant, okay to go diving, swimming in the pool, or ocean. I would not worry about it. It seems very well put together. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the MAEN Hudson Mark III from a brand that appeared, I believe, about 5 or 6 years ago. They're not a new brand. They've been around the block for a while. They've been on the block for a while. So yeah, definitely a trustworthy brand. I think they're producing some pretty cool watches. They have some cheaper quartz watches as well. But if you're looking for a good watch, I think this is the one to go for. And they do sell out pretty quickly, so I would jump on it if you're interested in this watch. I can say the quality is very good on this watch for the price point. The movement is great, running great. Also looks very nice through the exhibition case back. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this watch down in the comment section below as usual. Do you own one? Are you planning to get one? What do you think about this watch? Let me know. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews with the MAEN Hudson Mark III. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.